So I didn't mention it at all in my previous video, but I'm actually a really big Sonic fan. And believe it or not, we're getting a live stream tomorrow about what Sonic is going to be up to for his 30th anniversary. And I just kind of wanted to make like a fairly unscripted, rambly video about what I think we might see. Because, I don't know, I get excited about this stuff, and I said, why not? Okay, so, first I want to talk about the Unstoppable video that they uploaded, that the Sonic YouTube and Twitter uploaded to their YouTube and Twitter account. I thought it was really interesting because it kind of showed that Sega is, like, trying to, like, branch out. I mean, they've been trying to branch out, but, like, this really showed they're really trying to, like, push for Sonic to be more than just a video game franchise. And it's, like, they're really trying to, like, make people know that it's, like, okay, it's, like, a movie. See, it's, like, we're gonna have movies, we're gonna have TV shows, we're gonna have comic books. It's not just, video games. And it's, like, they've obviously been kind of pushing for that since, like, I mean, you could argue forever, but, like, especially since, Sonic Boom came out, I think. Because, like, when Sonic Boom came out, they were also, that's when, like, the movie kind of started, getting production before it went into a bit of production hell for a bit. But I really liked, I just really like the fact that, like, they're still pushing for it to be more than just a video game series. Because as much as I like the Sonic games, I think Sonic's appeal really, it's less about the games themselves, and it's more about, like, the characters, and their designs in the world. And I think that, like, especially with the designs, they work so much better in, like, just, like, in, like, a traditional animation sense, as opposed to, like, a video game, because it's, like, I don't know, like, it's just, they just feel a lot more natural when it's, like, they're just kind of animated for a TV show or for a movie or something. So, and some of my favorite aspects of Sonic are stuff like, the OVA, or, like, maybe not Sonic X as a whole, but, like, definitely moments of Sonic X I like. And, of course, stuff like the CGI and Unleashed's, opening and all that. So I'm expecting, like, at this live stream thing, for us to really see more than just game and collection reveals that people are really talking about. And I guess that really kind of, like, goes into, like, the two big things that I think that, like, well, I think we're gonna see one or the other, but we're definitely gonna see one of these two things. And that is either a trailer for the Sonic 2 movie, or a trailer for Sonic Prime, the new Netflix, Sonic TV series. Both of which we know exist, but we've seen, like, nothing from them. In the very least, I would say the Sonic movie is probably less likely, because, like, they have to work, I mean, I know that, like, because, like, they have to work through, like, Paramount and stuff, and it's, like, I don't know if that is, I don't know, I guess it did show a bit of the Sonic movie in, like, the Unstoppable video, but, like, yeah, I don't know how movie trailers work. It's, like, I'm not used to seeing those in, like, video game events and stuff, so, like, I don't know if we'd see that, but, like, that's one thing that I'm definitely expecting, is one of those two. I would say Sonic Prime is probably more likely. And it's, like, it's definitely possible we could see both, but, like, I don't know, it's, like, it's like, a lot of this I'm, like, having, like, really wishful thinking. Like, I don't want to, like, say, like, oh, I expect this and this and this. It's, like, I'm really just, like, expecting, like, 2 or 3 announcements. But, like, it's gonna be, like, one of, like, these, like, several things that I'm, like, think we could see. This next one is kind of, like, the big one, and that is a new Sonic game. That's, like, the big new, like, main series Sonic game that we're gonna see after Forces. That would be after Forces that we could potentially see here. I think it's a big thing that a lot of people are anticipating, because, like, it's just been, like, we know nothing about it for so long, and it's, like, that's really rare for a Sonic game. Like, usually there's not that much time between the last game being out and the next one being announced. Yeah, I'm sure it would have been announced earlier. There's also the fact that stuff like E3 last year was cancelled, so, like, a lot of reveals kind of had to be placed elsewhere, and it's, like, a lot of times Sonic reveals are, like, Like, I think occasionally, like, they're at E3, but most of the time they're at, like, Sonic events. And, like, they really just couldn't do that, and it's like, I don't really know when Sega usually announces their games, and it was like... So, I don't know, I'm sure that, like, there's just a lot of, like, issues actually finding a good time to reveal it, and it's like, I think now would be a good time. But one thing I think I could see happening is, like, at the very end we see, like, a teaser for it, and it's like we're gonna see a full reveal at, like, one of the E3 conferences. Just because it's like, that just seems like something that we could see. I know, like, a lot of times when Sonic games get revealed, they're like, it's just like a cinematic or something, like we really don't see much gameplay at first. Even if, like, gameplay is ready, it's just like they kind of want to do, like, two reveals. One that's just like, hey, this is the premise, this is what we're gonna get, you know? We're gonna get Sonic and Classic Sonic running through old levels, like Green Hill Zone. Or we're gonna get, like, Sonic turns into a werewolf. Or we're gonna get, like, I don't know, Flickies and parkour. I don't know what the Sonic Lost World trailer was really, like, it was kind of, I remember when that was revealed, I was just kind of confused, like, what I was, like, looking at, but regardless, yeah, I'm really, this is probably what I'm most intrigued about, because it's, like, even though and, like, I'm not gonna get into, like, discourse about good, bad Sonic games or whatever, but personally, Forces was a disappointment for me. I think that, like, the game definitely had some redeemable aspects, but, like, overall, it just didn't, like, wow me. I didn't enjoy it that much. And there's nothing really that new besides the avatar system, and I did like the concept of the avatar system. But, so, like, I'm just really intrigued what they're gonna do next. Especially because Forces was received really poorly, but it still sold really well. However, I believe 06 sold really well, and, like, they obviously didn't continue with that formula because the reception was so poor. So, like, I don't think just because Forces sold well means that they're just gonna, like, pretend like it was received well and just keep going with the same kind of game. So, like, I do think they recognize that people didn't like it, and they are gonna try to change things up. With that said, I could still see them doing a boost game. Because boost games, like, still... I don't know, there's just still a lot of boost games that sold really well, and, like, it's a formula that, like, I think they do have a good framework for, I guess that's a word. I don't know, like, they definitely had a rhythm going, with Unleashed Colors and Generations, that, like, they could just kind of continue in that path, and, like, they'd probably get a game that would get, like, 80s, in review scores, and, like, just generally, like, received well. But, like, at the same time, it's like there's such a big... They're spending so much time on it, it seems like, and they're, like, you know, really kind of... Like, there's been live streams where they've talked about how they're really focusing on quality control and all of that. So, like, that kind of makes you think we're gonna get something new and not just, like, a rehash of old ideas. So I really have no idea. I don't really know what we could be seeing here. Which makes me excited, because I really want to see what they could do, because 3D Sonic is, like... They've tried so many different things, and it's, like, I'm so interested in what they're going to try next for it. Because even though games like Lost World, again, like, aren't my favorite by any means, I still really like the fact that, like, it was trying to do something new. It was trying to make, like, a new, gameplay formula for the 3D Sonic. For 3D Sonic. And, like, I like that. You know, I like it when, like, even if something doesn't fail, or even if something fails, either commercially or critically, if it tries something new, I'm all for that. And I like that. And, like, that's at least one aspect of Forces that I really like. Because I really like that Forces had the character creator. I think that was a really cool addition. So, yeah, I don't know. I would like... That's just what I'm interested in. I like this kind of stuff. So yeah, TLDR for the gameplay, or not gameplay, for the new Sonic game stuff. It's like, I don't really know what to expect. I would say don't like 100% anticipate something brand new. It could very easily be another boost game. But yeah, we could definitely see. But I think that it's probably pretty likely we're going to see something with regards to the new Sonic game. But like, my money would be on either a teaser or like a short trailer at the very end. I don't think we're going to get like a big showcase, though. And really last is the thing that like is being talked about the most, honestly. At least that I see talked about the most, is a collection or re-releases. And this started like a while back with, and I just want to say for the record, from this part of the video going on, I'm going to be talking about like some leaks and rumors. I'll be like, I'll be straightforward. Is that a? I'll be like frank with you. I don't like, none of these seem like super credible. Like, there's no like really definitive proof any of these leaks are like legit. It's just kind of like people are like, oh yeah, you know, an insider I know who's been right in the past is saying here's gonna be this, and it's like, that happens all the time, and they've been wrong. And like on the topic of leaks, a lot of times the insiders, they're not just making shit up, but it's like, can I say? I don't think I can say. Okay, wait, cut that out if you're listening to this in post. If this gets left in, it'll be plenty, I guess. It's like a lot of times, like these like quote unquote insiders, they don't just make stuff up. A lot of times, like, they'll see something and they'll misinterpret it, and it'll get leaked. A good example of this is when an insider saw the Shovel Knight amiibo. And at the time, amiibo were pretty much just Smash amiibo. And the Shovel Knight amiibo also had a gold stand, with like a black rim, like all the Smash amiibo had. So the insider saw the Shovel Knight amiibo, and he said, "Oh, Shovel Knight's gonna be in Smash, because, you know, there's no other amiibo. It's a Smash amiibo, right?" And of course, as we all know, the Shovel Knight amiibo ended up just being like for Shovel Knight. It wasn't related to Smash at all. And we ended up getting a bunch of amiibo for other series later on. But it's like stuff like that, where it's like the insider, they weren't lying at all. They were just like, they made an assumption that was a pretty fair assumption, I'd say, you know. And like, that's just what, and like, it's like, you know, it's like if you see like an amiibo, it just makes more sense to kind of like, I mean, I guess they probably should have said, I saw a Shovel Knight amiibo, so we might be seeing him in Smash, but I don't know. But yeah, it's like stuff like that could happen. I don't know exactly how it would work for like Sonic, if it was like, well, this is getting super into a tangent. Regardless, I'm going to be talking about a lot of leaks and rumors. If you don't like hearing any of that stuff, like, just leave now, because this is kind of just like the all that I'm going to be talking about. But like, just know if like you listen to this, it's like, this isn't like super like convincing stuff. It's just kind of like, most of them are pretty safe, like pretty safe things to like predict also, so it's like whatever. But like the big thing about the collection and remasters and all that really came from a Sonic Colors. Like Sonic Colors getting a remaster which was in the talks for a while. I think it was like a retailer of some kind, like listed Sonic Colors Ultimate or something like that. And it's like, I mean, a Sonic Colors remaster is like that's like what my go-to, what I think that they would do. If I had to like bet money on just one Sonic collection, Sonic remaster, Sonic anything, I would say Sonic Colors remaster is like the most likely. Just because like we just got a Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, which again was a Wii game that was like made to look prettier in HD and re-released for $40. And I don't know if it sold super well, but I think it sold well enough, because like a lot of people were like, oh, Monkey Ball again, I want to get that to support the series and all that. So I think the Sonic Colors remaster would make a lot of sense. Not to mention Sonic Colors was super well regarded. And it's like it hasn't been re-released at all since the Wii version came out. So like, I don't know, I think it'd be like a really good opportunity to give that, to just like re-release that game and let people kind of play it again. Because I really like Sonic Colors, you know, and I want to play it again, and like my main issue with Sonic Colors honestly comes from the fact that it's a Wii game. I'll be completely real. I like the Wii a lot. It's one of my favorite consoles. It was like the one I grew up on. But like, it's just, the Sonic Colors is just it's so similar to Generations and Unleashed that like it just feels like such a downgrade playing not like a super beautiful looking game with the same kind of gameplay style. So like and especially with stuff like Planet Wisp and Sonic Generations, I just really want to see that game in HD, even if it's not like Hedgehog Engine HD. If it's just like, you know, it just looks not like a Wii game, you know, I'd be super happy. But other than that, the other big one that I've seen talks about, and this one is like seems like a little bit more far-fetched, is a Sonic 3 and Knuckles re-release of some kind, maybe a part of a collection. And if I remember, it was going to be like retooled and there'd be some changes specifically to the music or something like that. And like this honestly sounds kind of like, this is what kind of turns me off, because that sounds like somebody's making a prediction. I was trying to pass it off as a leak. And it's like, I know Sonic 3 has legal issues with the music, but I don't know. I don't think that, like, it would be. The thing is, they've released Sonic 3 before. Sonic 3 got re-released, for the PC, back in, like, the 90s, I believe. And they changed the music for, Ice Cap, Carnival Night, and Launch Base. And the reason why they did that was because all those zones had music composed by Brad Buxer and Michael Jackson. Or maybe not composed, but like, Michael Jackson helped, in some way for some of those songs. So those songs were changed in the PC version to be, they were changed in the PC version to be, like, just completely different songs. Which, of course, we all know, ended up being the beta music that was, like, the music that was made before they brought Brad Buxer and Michael Jackson onto Sonic 3. So, in a sense, like, the music is actually not new music, it's, like, the original music, but a lot of people didn't like it. Mainly because it was different, but also because it was, like, a shitty MIDI, so it was, like, people's, like, when your first experience of a song is through, like, a crappy MIDI, it's like, yeah, you're probably not gonna like it, but regardless, they re-released Sonic 3 with different music for the PC, and it's like, why would they do that, you know? Well, it's probably illegal, like, licensing, music shit. But here's the thing, they re-released Sonic 3 after that numerous times, primarily, like, on, the Mega Collection. Two versions of the Mega Collection. They re-released it on, like, the DS Sonic Collection, they re-released it on the 360, PS3, and Wii. You know, it was, like, they re-released it a ton, and just with the normal music. And then it was, like, after a while, they just kind of stopped. And it's like, you know, if there was actual big legal issues, why would they... And as they went through the trouble to use the old music for a re-release, why would they go back? Right? And, like, there's two things that I can think of. The first thing is that there isn't any legal issues, it's just the fact that they don't want to be associated with Michael Jackson because there's a lot of controversy around him, and that's why in the 90s, they didn't want to, like, I'm saying 90s, it was probably, like, the early 2000s, I should say. Yeah, okay, let's say early 2000s, or, like late 90s, early 2000s. They probably just didn't want to have any relation to him because there was a lot of controversy then, and there's a lot more controversy, like, in these past few years, more so than, like, any other time. And that just might be why. That's at least my assumption. And it's like, if that's just died down, like, they might just re-release it and just be nonchalant about the music and just hope that it doesn't get brought up. That's honestly my theory. Another thing is just the fact that Sonic 3 is, it was actually going to potentially be given a remaster by Christian Whitehead, and compiled into a game with Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 back before Mania was conceived. However, they pitched Mania, and I forget who exactly, but Sega was like, oh, this Mania idea seems really cool, let's do that instead of this collection. If you were to do the collection, they were going to re-release Sonic 3 then. No doubt. So it's I wonder if, maybe that's telling that Sonic 3 could have been re-released with the original soundtrack? I don't know. But let's move past that. Point is, Sonic 3 being re-released, I think is pretty likely. Being re-released with a new soundtrack, I don't know. I think it's honestly more likely that we would see an option to switch between the original and, the official and the beta original or something like that. I think that's more likely, honestly, than... Well, no, I don't think they would do that, actually, come to think of it, because I think that would bring more attention to the fact that there were two soundtracks, and, one of them was composed by somebody that isn't really seen. It has a lot of controversy surrounding them, and that's not good for, PR and shit. So, yeah, regardless, I think that, if they were to re-release Sonic 3, it would just be vanilla Sonic 3. I doubt that the legal issues are that major. I would say, at worst, it would just be paying some royalties. That's literally it. But this is all just speculation. This is getting way too rambly about one game. Regardless, with regards to a collection, I think, seeing, again, the Sonic Mania idea, the pre-Sonic Mania idea, where it's just Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 in a collection, the all Christian Whitehead remasters, would be fantastic. They could honestly probably sell that physically for, $30, or for, $20-$30. Probably $20. And people would buy it. I think that's, a really good collection. I know people are, kind of talking about, a really big collection. That would be, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, CD. Oh, I forgot to mention CD. CD should be in there, too, with 1, 2, 3 Knuckles. But anyway, yeah, especially because it could be, 5 Sonic games in one for only $20, that kind of shit. People are talking about, a collection that would be, those 5 games, or 4 games, depending on what you consider Sonic 3 and Knuckles as 1 or 2 games. I consider it 1 game, but, Sega would count it as 2 because it sounds like there's more there than there actually is. People are saying, they might do something like that with Adventure 1 and 2 and Heroes, and, as soon as people suggest, them adding in, colors and Unleashed or something, and it's that would be awesome. I would love having all those Sonic games in one place to play. I love collections. I don't think that they would do that, because with Adventure 1 and onward, they could literally sell those as individual games for, $10 to $15. Or more, depending on, Colors and Unleashed. They could probably sell those for, 20 plus. If they remaster Colors, which they probably would if they're going to be bringing it to HD consoles, it's probably going to be, $40. They're not going to throw everything into one collection that's going to sell for, $40, $60. When they could, sell it, individually for a lot more. For, older Genesis games, those are more likely to sell in a collection. Genesis, SNES, maybe some N64. Collections are going to sell a lot better. But for anything later than that, individual games tend to sell much more, unless they're, kind of obscure. At least that's what I'm thinking, so... And with that said, I could very easily see something like a Sonic Adventure, and Sonic Adventure 2, and, all of those games being, just re-released individually. I think that's, not unlikely. Just because those were, given re-releases, on the PS3, Xbox. And it's, kind of, bringing them back again would be, kind of smart, I think. Because, those have a pretty big audience. Re-releasing Sonic Heroes, I think, would be smart too, because Sonic Heroes definitely has a lot of fans, and like, there's not really a good way to play it unless you want to dig out your PS2, GameCube, or Xbox, like original Xbox. There is a PC port, but it's like a really it's not like a Steam port. It's like, you have to go through some hoops to actually get it up and running, and it's like, most of the time, it's not even like the superior version. Like, the Xbox version is the best version, and it's like, so it's like the PC version isn't even like the superior one. And it's like worse quality, like cutscenes and textures and shit, and it's like, they need to re-release it. So I think that would be smart. Heroes, again, is like, yeah, I'd like that a lot. And then you get to, like, after Heroes, you get to a lot of more divisive titles, specifically Shadow 106. I do not think that Shadow 106 would get a re-release. Unless they made, like, a second Sonic Gems collection, which maybe then they would, but it's like, those games are so, like, well, it's like, literally, if you watch any YouTube video, you're gonna get to a portion where, like, Sonic 06 or Shadow the Hedgehog gets made fun of. Like, Sega wants to distance themselves from those games. They don't want people playing them. So, like, I don't think they're gonna re-release those, because yeah. And even then, it's like, if they were to re-release them, they wouldn't do anything to them, and it's like, at that point, like, I don't really care. Like, if they were gonna go and, like, try to at least make them, like, better versions, then maybe I would, like, be interested in a re-release, but it's like, if they're not, like, I don't, you know, I can emulate Shadow on Dolphin, and I can play Sonic 06. Like, Chaos X is making an 06 port. Like, you've seen it, a Project 06, and it's like, that's like perfect, you know? Like, they're doing a fantastic job. Like, I don't need an official port that is just shit to get people, like, making videos about, like, is Sonic 06 actually bad? And then it's just, like, non-stop joking about how glitchy it is, or whatever. And I don't need more dead horses beaten, that's what I'm saying. And then you get to, like, the other games, and it's like, again, it's like, I think if Generations Colors Unleashed were to be re-released, they'd probably be, like, $20 to $40, depending on how changed they are. But last but not least, I want to talk about, really quickly, just the the portable games. So, like, Sonic Rush, Sonic Advance, you know, all those games. And I could honestly see a portable, Sonic collection coming to the Switch. I don't know if it would come to the Xbox and PS4/5, because the Rush games require, like, touchscreen shit, and also, they were all on Nintendo consoles. Not that I think that really matters, but, like, it could. I don't know, but, like, I think with the Switch, Rush would honestly be a really good, I think Rush would be, like, a perfect fit for that console, because it's, like, you can have an option to, like, literally turn your Switch vertically, and, like, play it like that, just like it's on a DS. Like, there are literally, like, add-ons you can get for it. Or you can just kind of play it, like, kind of scrunched up in the middle, and it's like, it'd be fine. But I think you do need the touchscreen for some stuff in Rush and Rush Adventure, and Colors DS, so, like, I feel like that's why it would be on Switch. They could maybe make, like, I mean, I don't think it would play very good, but they can maybe add some, like, analog control options for that. I don't really know how that would work. I haven't played Rush Adventure or Colors, so I don't know how much those use a touchscreen, but I know the special stages in Rush use the touchscreen a lot. And I don't know how analog input would really translate well. So, like, that's why I'm thinking, like, it'd have to be a Switch version. They could also do a mobile version, genuinely, of Rush, and I think that would really be good. Like, I really do mean that, because, like, phones are literally, like, they're vertical. Like, they'd be perfect for Rush, you know? You have the touchscreen for the special stages. It'd be a really good platform, in my opinion. Especially if you have, like, a Bluetooth controller or something that you can just, you know, prop your phone up in, like, a stand or something and just play on a controller. Like, it'd be good. But yeah, I could see a collection maybe coming to the Switch. It's really unlikely. I don't think they would do it. I think that, like, they don't really have much desire to re-release those games. Like, they're kind of like, they're kind of weird. They have like their fans, but it's like they're not like these really big games that like people like are all like they're like all the rage. It's like they're kind of more low key. But yeah, I guess that's kind of like my ideas, my predictions, what I think we might see. This got really rambly, so oops. But yeah, I'm really excited. I really hope we see something cool. If I could like make like what I would want, not what I predict. Like I really want fucking Sonic Adventure 3 because I'm that person. Even if it sucks, like I just think that it'd be cool to have a game titled Sonic Adventure 3. Like that'd just be really cool. But like jokes aside, I really want something with like just something with more playable characters. And I don't mean like a ton of playable characters, but like if there's like a game where it's like Sonic, Shadow, and like Knuckles and Tails or something that you can play as, and like they all play relatively similar, so it's not like they're coding like a bunch of different characters. I'd really love that. But yeah, okay, that's my predictions about this new Sonic thing. I'm gonna have to figure out how to cut this down, so that's gonna be fun. But yeah, we'll find out tomorrow morning, or I guess today, for some people, tonight. For whenever for you this live stream is. If it's in the afternoon, evening, whatever. I guess we'll all see it and we'll find out what Sonic is going to be doing for his 30th and probably 31st, knowing how these anniversaries go. But yeah, here's hoping. Alright, and I'll see you guys around, and yeah. Bye.